Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today is Tuesday. It's not my usual upload day. I try to do it on Fridays, but Bruce is not doing well. We found some new lesions on him, and I was able to get an appointment with his oncologist for this Monday, which is the 23rd. So this video is going to replace the video that I would try to upload on a Friday. If the news is not good, I will not be uploading a video next Friday. But if his oncologist feels like we can get his cancer back under control, then I will try to upload next Friday, because I will try and spend Christmas, which is next Wednesday, getting caught up in my cousin. And what I really wanted to do was just to share the weekly layouts in the Hobonichi Cousin. This is the Hobonichi Hun A5 size. This is the Wonderland 222 A5 size. I've been using the Cousin as my memory keeper. When I started in January, I said that I did not want to chunk it up, which is what I ended up doing. There is a lot of photos of Bruce as well as my mom in here. So that's why it is as fat as it is. This is my writer's notebook. I had hoped to self-publish in 2024, but when we got Bruce's cancer diagnosis earlier this year, I've been taking care of him, and he's had some good days, a lot of bad days, and there was just times where we just weren't sure if he was going to pull through or whether or not the treatments were going to work. So I wasn't able to finish my rough draft, and so basically all my writing plans or goals that I had for myself, I was not able to complete. And so I'm going to move it into 2025, where I'm going to try and create two different schedules, I guess, of how I'm going to write and what I'm going to do when Bruce has good days, and then swivel and pivot when he's having his bad days, and this is what I'm going to try to do on those days. But you can see what the Hun looks like. I did add some pages in here, so which is why it's almost it's slightly thick, not that much, to the original size when it was brand new compared to the Cousin. So you can sort of see the two sizes. This guy keep beside me as I'm working, as I'm beside Bruce, and I take notes and stuff. So this is my writer's journal that I plan to use in 2025. So let me show you this one first. This one is very functional in the weekly layout as well as the monthly layouts. The appointments that I have in here are really important appointments, whether it's for Bruce, my own doctor appointments, when we get our water delivery, because he comes once a month, and then any writing classes that I may have, I will mark that down. And then like his flea meds. So this layout looks the same in my Cousin as it does in here in the Wonderland 222. I only used a little bit of washi for that pop of color, which is the pop of color that you see in my to-do, which I use with the highlighters. So let me show you November's, first week of November. And I think in last week's video, I showed you sort of my process of what I do every day. And even though I say that sometimes I do try to fill out my task the night before, I've found myself doing it in the morning, where I need to figure out what I need to do. And I do a little checklist for myself. And then as I do them, I cross it out. And then if I don't, depending on what the task is, I will move it over to the next day. The mail's over here. So this is the last week of November. We move into December. This is where I got sick. I generally try not to do this, where I put a lot of stickers and washi, because it gets done in this layout. This, in my Cousin, lots of stickers, lots of washi. The information that you find in here, you will find in here, where this is really functional with just a little bit of washi tape. This one is loaded with washi tape and stickers. So this is the second week in December, but I was sick. when I did this layout, I had just taken a Dayquil and it was kicking in, and I didn't realize until I was halfway filling this out that I realized I was in my Hun and not in my Cousin. So this makes me laugh every time I see it. But yeah, so this is because of Dayquil. Then we go back here. So this is this week. Again, this is Tuesday. You can see I didn't fill this part out yet. And then next week is his appointment. Okay, so now keeping that in mind, I will now show you the Cousin. So let me just show you the monthly layout. So almost the same thing with the important appointments. Like I did keep track of when I visited my mom, when we put gas in my car. So this is for December. So you can see a class that I was taking, Christmas. I had a doctor's appointment. I need to put down Bruce's appointment here for next week. He did have a nail appointment last week or 2 weeks ago. Here's November. And then now let's go to the weekly. So this is for this week. Tuesday. So I need to get caught up on this. And the catch up in here I will sometimes do on Wednesdays, because Wednesday my husband teaches a class at night. And so I use this day to kind of sit on the couch with Bruce. And then while I have the TV going, I will get caught up on this with the back journaling. This is for last week, the week before. But you can see there's more stickers and washi tape versus what you saw in here. So that's my Cousin. Now in here is the Wonderland 222. Let me show you. So here's the tracker, which I am really enjoying this. I still haven't been able to figure out what I want to track down here, which is why I left the sticky note here. And the colored days are when I did whatever the task is over here. And the little scribbly black mark is when I did not do it. The only one that sort of confused me was the snow spend on stationery for December. I did splurge on one day, but the rest of the month so far has been a no spend for me. So I've been coloring it up. So by the end of the month, this will either be colored or have the little black squiggly mark, which I like. This is December's monthly. Is this in spring? This is December's. So same thing that you've seen in here as well as in here. Now this is the weekly layout. I bought the stacked weekend. So here's Saturday, there's Sunday versus the Cousin, which is the unstacked. So you have Monday through Sunday, and then you got this little thin column for notes or whatever. At least in the Wonderland 222 A5 that I purchased, which is the stacked weekends, I don't have that column over here like the Hobonichi Cousin offers. Instead, here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I really like this because on weekends, when my husband's home, I generally don't write. And so this has been working out for me. Down here, I've been keeping track of my mail. And then over here, I thought about doing like next week. And then whatever task that I didn't complete, I would carry it over into the next week. But as you'll see, I didn't do that. So this is for the first week of December. Again, I like the pop of color and the washi. This is like a washi sticker, so I don't expect this to thicken. And if you look at just in the weekly section, right, like right there, you can see that using the washi in sort of the different areas on the page and not stacking it in the same spot like you do over here. So you can see how thin the weekly section here has stayed. Almost normal, right? Didn't chunk up. Whereas with this one, even though the weekly section here did not chunk up, you can see how adding photos and other things really chunked it up, especially if you put it in the same spot throughout your entire journal. So let's go back to this guy. So this is for last week, and I liked how this one came out. And then I decided up here, so let me show you a blank one. You can sort of see like a row up here. I decided to use that for my important appointments, dates, event, anything that's going to happen. I decided to use that space up there for that. Whereas in, it might be less confusing to show you in here. So like in here with the appointments, I just sort of had it in the column. And then the Wonderland 222, I was able just to put it up on top so that it popped out, so that when I flip the page, I can see exactly what's happening. And then down here is my to-do. So if you look at this, let me scoot it over like that. Down here, I was still keeping track of the mail, so I put it here. Oh, okay, here is next week. So I did do it. So here is this week, which I have not filled out yet. And then either tomorrow or this weekend, I will have these on the kitchen nook table beside me. And then I'll start transferring the information in here, making it pretty in here for the stickers and washi tape. For 2025, I will not be using a Cousin. I will be using the A5 Sterling ink. And since I can't use that planner right now, I'm going to start using that next year. So probably next week, I may pull it out again and flip through the pages to see what, if there's anything in there I need to set up. Mainly will be appointments for Bruce. I can't remember if I have any doctor's appointment for January. So that's how I've been using this. And then, you know, this gets filled out too when I'm filling out the Cousin. But I just wanted to share with you how I'm using this. So I hope this video helped you kind of figure out the weekly layouts in the Cousin, the Hun, the Wonderland 222. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you'd like to see after the pin videos of my planners. Hopefully I'll get good news on Monday. If I do, I'll upload on Friday. And if not, I will see you guys when I see you. Okay, that's it. Have a good week. Merry Christmas if we don't talk again. And I'll see you around. Bye.